10 most surreal places on Earth. What if I told you there's a lake that turns animals into statues? Or a desert that looks more like the surface of Mars than anything found on Earth? Around the globe, there are places so bizarre, so unworldly, they challenge everything we think we know about nature. These are not Photoshop tricks or scenes from a sci-fi movie. These are real, physical locations you can actually visit if you dare. Some might inspire your next travel bucket list. Others might have you Googling if it's even safe to go. Either way, prepare to be amazed, disturbed, and completely fascinated. Lake Natron, Tanzania. Lake Natron looks like something straight out of a horror movie. This blood-red lake in northern Tanzania doesn't just kill animals that fall into it, it literally petrifies them. That's right, the water is so alkaline, with a pH sometimes reaching above 12, that it calcifies birds and small animals into eerie statue-like corpses. The red color? That's from salt-loving microorganisms that thrive in these extreme conditions. While the lake is a critical breeding ground for flamingos, it's otherwise a lethal zone for most other forms of life. Imagine standing at the edge of this water and seeing the hardened remains of creatures who didn't make it out. That's not your typical lakeside view. Now, while it's technically visitable, don't even think about taking a dip. Salar, Deuni, Bolivia. Ever wanted to walk on the sky in Bolivia? You kinda can. Salar de Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat, becomes a giant mirror during the rainy season, perfectly reflecting the sky and turning the entire landscape into an infinite loop of clouds and horizon. It's like being inside a glitch in the Matrix. This bizarre flatland spans over 10,000 square kilometers and is so geometrically perfect in areas that it's been used to calibrate satellites. But don't let its beauty fool you. Temperatures can plummet overnight, and without proper guidance, it's easy to lose direction in its endless whiteness. The door to hell, Turkmenistan. Welcome to a hole in the earth that's been burning continuously since 1971. Yes, you heard that right. The door to hell is a massive crater in the Karakum Desert, set ablaze decades ago when a Soviet drilling rig accidentally punched into a pocket of natural gas. Scientists lit it on fire to prevent methane leaks, thinking it would burn out in a few days. More than 50 years later, it's still roaring with flames. At night, it glows like the pit of Mount Doom, eerie, unrelenting, and totally mesmerizing. Turkmenistan isn't exactly your everyday tourist destination, but this infernal hole attracts adventurous travelers from around the world. Just be cautious. There are no guardrails, the ground is unstable, and the heat is intense. Mount Rorima, Venezuela/Brazil/Guyana. Imagine a mountain that looks like a tabletop floating above the clouds. Its sheer cliffs dropping off thousands of feet on all sides. Mount Rorima is not only one of the oldest geological formations on Earth, estimated to be 2 billion years old, it's also one of the strangest. Rising abruptly from the jungle floor, its flat summit is often shrouded in mist, giving it a ghostly, isolated appearance. This mountain was the inspiration for Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World, and stepping onto its summit really does feel like stepping into another dimension. The top is home to bizarre rock formations, carnivorous plants, and species found nowhere else on Earth. The Wave, Arizona, USA. Hidden within the desert wilderness of Arizona is a sandstone rock formation so perfectly sculpted it looks digital. The Wave is a geological wonder of rippling patterns, fluid curves, and vibrant reds and oranges that seem to defy logic. Formed by wind and water over millions of years, it's become a dream destination for photographers and hikers alike. But here's the twist. Only 64 people are allowed to enter per day through a strict permit lottery. Why? Because it's fragile and over-tourism could literally erode this marvel away. And don't let its beauty distract you. Temperatures can soar above 100 DGF, there's no shade, and people have gotten lost and died trying to find it. Sotra Island, Yemen, often called the most alien-looking place on Earth, Sotra Island feels more like another planet than part of this one. Located off the coast of Yemen, it's home to plant species that exist nowhere else, like the Surreal dragon's blood tree, with an umbrella-shaped canopy and red sap that looks like it bleeds when cut. This remote island has over 700 endemic species, many of which have evolved in complete isolation due to Socotra's geological and climatic uniqueness. The result? A Jurassic Park-esque landscape untouched by modern life. While Socotra has remained relatively shielded from tourism, political instability in the region means traveling there isn't easy or always safe. But for the few who do go, it's a mind-bending look into evolution, ecology, and Earth's infinite weirdness. Pamukkale, Turkey. At first glance, Pamukkale looks like a frozen waterfall or an icy landscape. But it's not ice. It's calcium. Formed by mineral-rich hot springs, the white terraces of Pamukkale cascade down a hillside, creating natural infinity pools that look almost too perfect to be real. The warm waters have been used for bathing since Roman times, and the ruins of the ancient city of Hierapolis sit just above, adding even more mystique to this place. But the popularity of Instagram has brought its own challenges. Increased foot traffic and environmental stress have forced authorities to restrict access in recent years. While you can still walk through parts of it barefoot, yes, it's required, parts of the travertines are off limits to protect the delicate formations. Antelope Canyon USA. This narrow slot canyon in Arizona is one of the most photographed natural wonders in the world, and once you see it, you'll understand why. Antelope Canyon's swirling sandstone walls, sculpted by flash floods over centuries, create shafts of light that pierce through like divine spotlights. But while it looks like a peaceful cathedral of stone, the canyon holds real danger. Sudden rainstorms, sometimes from miles away, can trigger flash floods that turn the canyon into a deadly trap. Tourists have died here, which is why guided tours are now mandatory. But with a local Navajo guide, you'll not only stay safe, you'll also hear the rich spiritual significance this land holds. The Great Blue Hole, Belize. From the air, it looks like someone drilled a perfect circle into the ocean. The Great Blue Hole is a massive marine sinkhole over 300 meters across and 125 meters deep, surrounded by coral reefs and teeming with sea life. What makes it so surreal is not just its geometry, but what lies beneath. As divers descend, they move from vibrant coral and fish into eerie, dark silence, eventually reaching ancient stalactites, evidence that this was once a dry cave before sea levels rose. It's one of the most bucket-listed dives in the world, but it's not for beginners. Sudden changes in pressure, limited visibility, and nitrogen narcosis are real risks. The Anakil Depression, Ethiopia. Welcome to what might be the closest thing we have to hell on Earth. The Anakil Depression is one of the hottest, driest, and most inhospitable places known to man, with temperatures regularly topping 100 degrees and landscapes that look like they belong on Venus. Sulfur springs, acid pools, lava lakes, and salt flats combine to create a kaleidoscope of colors and chemical chaos. It's also one of the lowest points on Earth, sitting over 100 meters below sea level. Scientists study it for clues to what life on other planets might be like. Visiting is possible, but only with a guide. This is not a place to wander solo. You'll need a 4x4, liters of water, and a strong stomach for the smell of sulfur and heat. If you enjoyed this journey through the planet's weirdest corners, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more eye-opening content, and drop a comment telling us which place you'd visit first or which one you'd never dare to. Share this with your most adventurous friend and keep exploring the unexplored.